United Aluminium Industry. Oh, be careful, don't bang too hard.
That's okay, darling. It's got like a rubber block.
I know, but keep banging every day. You know, using very.
Was that a bang?
After thing.
I always look after. Do I look after you, dear?
Yes, that's why I look young.
Well then. Back again with part 6 of building our house in Thailand. In the last video that I did of the update on the house, you'll see that the electrician had been round and fitted all the conduit, channeled everything for the conduit to run, for the cable runs, and fitted the electric boxes where the light switches and the sockets are going to fit. Also, all of the rendering was completed inside and out, and all of the window apertures were smooth, ready for the windows to be fitted. They're leaving the sliding doors at the front here until all the tiling's done. They're saying that people treading in and out, carrying boxes and bags of the adhesive and things like that are just could damage the door frame. So they're leaving this until all the floors are finished. The guys have fitted a small access door here to the pipes that come out, the waste pipes that come out from the upstairs shower room. So that you can get in there if ever there's a block. There's a couple of rodding points there as well.
They'll say you haven't seen that one yet.
Tell him it's a magnet. How'd you say it?
Mallet.
Mallet?
Yeah. Magnet.
Magnet?
Mallet.
Mallet.
มันเป็นแม่เหล็กนะเขากดแล้วมันก็เด้งออกมา
With the
Feel the breeze.
yeah, the window like this when you put mosquito net in, that could be on here.
I think that they'll be hinged here. It'll be like this, but the other one.
You see.
What, outside?
There will that swinging is here.
Really?
You will see in the bathroom for the push in and out.
I think they'd be nicer if they made them here. So you've got a nice smooth frame, hinge there, and then just.
You see.
It's just that. Oh, maybe the handle would be in the way.
Yeah, see this. I see already the one got to reach this edge.
Okay.
To this side.
That's where they cut the rubber seals for the glass, I think.
Yeah. They do it here. So.
I see, and they squeeze it in place.
Mm-hmm. They do it. It's not the one already made. This
No.
is, they came here first, and then they measure it, and then they make it.
Make it to measure, yeah. Same as what they did back in the UK. I mean, you can buy ready-made windows.
Ready-made one you see.
Oh, shut the window in case we get a burglar.
Huh?
Shut the window in case we get a burglar.
Oh, they're the same width.
Yeah, the frame's the same, yeah.
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 Oh, maybe not.
I think they are.
Maybe you two. This is bigger, and it's thicker.
No, it's the same. One window slides there, the other one slides there.
So.
It's just that this piece that goes in here is going to have 2 pieces of glass in it instead of 1.
How can we clean this off?
And then they'll clean it off. They won't leave it like that.
Huh?
When the house is finished, darling, they'll clean it off,
Right.
don't they? Oh, is it on the outside? Not difficult, is it? They'll sort all that, don't worry. What are you doing? Lovely. Okay.
I think this is going to be one. Not haven't got the top one, you know. The little.
Would be too much.
But that one look nice.
Yeah, that amount of weight,
Yeah.
it wouldn't stay open. It'd keep dropping back because it's too heavy. I think. So no, that's fine. That's okay. It's not like it's a big thick frame taking up a lot of the light, is it? It's only a little frame. I think it looks quite nice. At some point we might even have that taken out if we want, have a nice stained glass window in there if we want. Or even bigger, yeah, there's no problem with that. Not important at the moment, but it's a consideration and it's an option later on.
You can hang your key time.
Do you think that's a good place?
Well, no, because you can't climb up.
We'll see.
Or maybe this corner going to be my big ones.
Yeah.
Flowers.
Well, maybe just, I mean, my guitars, I see them as like pictures on the wall.
Yeah.
And maybe
Maybe here.
just here somewhere. Rolling Stones pictures.
Yeah.
Like a music wall. Yeah. You see, we could have the guitars lined up here, and then Rolling Stones pictures either side,
Oh, where's the picture? Is it
wrapped up in that thing. We should get those.
with you now?
Yeah.
I'll take it out.
I should, yeah. We should really get them
We should take
framed.
to the shop. How about we take to the shop?
We
and
will,
make-
yeah.
Okay. Another job to do.
Yeah, because the sooner they come out, the better it is for them if they're laid flat. It makes me wonder what happened to the rest of Philip Townsend's pictures that were in that flat of his, that house of his. I bet someone took them.
Yeah. Who the one he owed money?
I don't know if anyone took them, but I'm sure someone there would probably have picked all of them up and walked away with them. These windows at the top here, they've fitted the frames, but they haven't fitted the glass yet. We've ordered double glazing for those, as it's where I'm going to be doing the webinars from, and video editing, things like that. I just thought it'd probably be better to have double glazing there. And this room's going to be our bedroom. These two windows as well, they're going to be double glazed. Because there's times when Pook's recording and I'm recording at the same time, so that way we can both crack on, get some work done without disturbing each other, and also without being disturbed from any noises out in the street. Today there's another team coming round, and they're going to be fitting the surrounds on the outside around these windows. So what they'll be doing today when they come round, now the window frames are in, is they're going to be fitting, it's like I don't know if it's a plaster or it's a concrete or cement cornice around the windows. Rather than just having the flat wall coming straight down on the glass and on the window frame, they put like a frame around the window, cornice. And it finishes it off, it prevents the rain running straight down the wall and across the window frame, which could cause leaks. You could see leaks there. But so it prevents that, but also it just makes it look a bit nicer, I think, with the cornice around the windows, with like a picture frame around each window. So that's what the guys are doing today. They'll be back today to do that for us. There's been a few days where there's been no work going on at all. We've got most of the windows in now. There's I think there's 3 windows still waiting to be fitted because they're the double glazed units that are still being made, and of course the front doors, the front sliding doors. And today the guys are in who are just fitting the window surrounds. They're going to need to put the scaffolding back up again on this side to reach these top windows here. And then the next job that we're having done is sealing the roof off completely. They'll be putting the soffits around. I don't know what they call them here, but back in the UK it's called soffits. It's the little board that fits underneath the ledge of the roof to seal it, stop any birds getting in. There was a bit of confusion around the remaining windows that needed to be fitted. I'd explained to the architect that the 2 rooms needed to be as soundproof as possible because we'd be recording in there on our laptops and doing a webinar. And so I asked for double glazing, thinking of the standard double glazing that I'm used to back in the UK. So when these were fitted, we came and had a look at them, and it didn't really make a lot of sense to me what had happened. The glass that had been fitted, it just seemed like standard glass to me. A little thicker than the other glass, but other than that, it just seemed like a single sheet of glass. So we got in touch with the architect. He sent over the spec sheets, which made a lot of sense. Once I saw the spec sheets, then I understood exactly what it was that they'd fitted. So back in the UK, I'm used to seeing what's in the diagram on the right. 2 sheets of glass with an air gap, a vacuum air gap in between. And what they used here is what you can see on the left hand side. It's 2 sheets of glass, thicker than the standard glass, and it's got a laminate sheet in between those 2 sheets of glass, similar to a car windscreen. And it's that laminate sheet and the thicker glass that work towards the soundproofing. Also on the spec sheets were the results of the sound tests that they'd done. You can see on the left minus 33 decibels with the air gap and minus 35 decibels on the glass that they fitted. Not a massive difference, but it's a little bit better, a little bit more efficient. And the thing is, you can still use standard frames. With the air gap, you'd need specialist frames, but these are just standard frames, so it fits absolutely fine. And downstairs, the back door has that piece of plasterwork above it to stop the rain running down. Downstairs shower room, that's the same. And there's that little access point. They've put, I don't think I've mentioned that so far, they've put this small PVC door over the access point. That's where you can get access to the waste pipes. If ever they get blocked and need rodding, they can actually do it through there. Down the side, all the window surrounds are complete. Looking quite nice now, isn't it? Mm. Just adds a bit of character to an otherwise blank wall.
Beside the window, we forget about this frame, you know, the what do you call it?
The surround.
So if we can remove it, maybe put that up a little bit. So
Put what up a little bit?
The window, everything to be inside above the line.
Yeah, but if you did that, you wouldn't be able to reach the handle to open that window. Yeah. That's fine. I don't think it looks out of place really. I mean, you've got these windows here which drop below the level of that first window. So if you see the height of these windows where they start,
they use the height all the same level.
The top height's the same, yeah, but with that one being on the stairwell, that's going to be slightly different. You look at any house that has a window on the stairwell. I mean, what we could have done with that one on the stairwell, we could have continued it up higher to reach the top of the other windows, to level that up. And it would have given us a lot more light on the stairwell, but that's fine as it is. Little details like that I'm not too fussed about.
And this we can move. But again, this is not just the room here, but the room wider there. So that's why this one go a bit on the left.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The line again.
Yeah, you're saying like the symmetry of where the windows and the window surrounds sit, as opposed to that line that they've scored into the rendering.
Yeah. That's
okay, that'll be fine. The walls are going to be one colour, the window surrounds will be slightly different just to make them stand out a little bit, won't they? I see this here, that water level round the bottom there. See how it's already soaking up?
Yeah.
That is exactly what Brian was talking about. Brian, what's his surname?
Can't remember. Brian in Thailand, isn't it, his channel?
Brian in Thailand, something like that. I'll put a link in anyway on this video.
Yeah, we got to use waterproof something.
Yeah, he says what you do before you paint, or before you prime and paint around the bottom here, you get a mixture of a solution that's like what we know in the UK as a PVA, so it's something that seals it. So you make a really thin mix of PVA with water.
We probably do that from the line.
Yeah, from the line down. Paint that on first. Well, we won't be doing it, the builders will.
Yeah.
So you paint that on first, and then you put the primer on, then you put the paint on. So we'll mention that to the architects as well. In fact, what I'll do, there's our friend with the noodles. There he is. Good morning. Best noodles in town, that man. So what was I saying? The thin mix of PVA goes on, and then the primer and the top coat. We'll get in touch with Brian and ask him what the make of that PVA sealer is, and then we'll send that across to the building company. Make sure they do that. There as well, you can see where the rain's going to be splashing on this step, step outside the front door. That's going to be splashing back up against the wall. And he said eventually, during the rainy season, where you get a lot of rain coming down, it will actually soak, because it's there
And damage it.
so long. But one, the paint flakes off the bottom of the house, but also that water will soak through the wall eventually. And you'll get damp patches inside the house as well. So that's something we need to ensure that we do.
Got that on the top too.
Yeah, they've put the surround above that door there as well. Not that it's really that important there, because you've got that overhang from that balcony area.
Not about
But it just
the rain. It's just something to
it
add
looks-
into the building.
That's right. It makes it look a bit nicer as well, doesn't it?
Like sometimes the lady need to do the hair, something like that.
Shall I see what hair we got today? Come on, Pook, let's get you on camera. We're talking about... Good morning. Another one of our neighbours here. Okay, should we go and have some breakfast? Let's go back to your brother's. There's been, I won't say a delay, it's been a bit of a lull in progress, because we're waiting for the doors to be made that we've ordered. And what else are we waiting for? Was there anything else?
Only back door coming.
Yeah, just waiting for the
Maybe
doors.
next week.
And also we had to wait because there was a small leak in the roof right up in this corner here, or at the front edge. It's where you've got all these angles joining together. And understandably so, sometimes when you get a lot of joints like that on a roof, you can get a little leak, but we've had heavy rain and some wind blowing that showed that up. So realistically what we're doing now, they've been round and sorted it, but we'd like a day where we've got heavy rain and wind again. A good storm is what we need now, just to make sure that it's okay. So we'll see what that does. So they can't really start hanging the ceilings or anything just yet. The guys have turned up today and they're fitting the soffits around the edge of the roof. They've got this metal work here that they're going to be using. I'm not exactly sure what they do over here or how they do it, but we'll see how things progress. They've got a team of how many guys working? Four or five guys working on fitting the soffits around the roof, where the roof joined the walls outside. Oh, here it is. This is the material they use.
Sorry.
This is the material they use.
Yeah.
So it's got the air vents, the little slits in it to allow airflow in the roof space. And these are they're like asbestos sheets, but they won't be asbestos, I hope. No one uses asbestos anymore for things like this. It's like some kind of fibre board that they're using.
Go around and then
Yeah, they'll cut it to size.
paint it after.
Not sure, maybe
Yeah,
they
will do.
Okay. So they've all got their packed lunches here, ready for a full day's work. And let's go outside and have a look. There's some more here, look, some more of the material they're using here. And that's where they're starting to measure up and get ready to fit the soffits all round and seal that roof area.
Come in, sir.
These doors that they fitted look great, but after a couple of days it became apparent there was a problem with them. But these doors are beautiful. decided we wanted to get the same doors throughout the house. So we found the interior doors we wanted, spoke to the architect and the building manager and said, look, this is the door we'd like, can you match them throughout the build? And they managed to find these doors for the exterior. These are not interior doors, these are solid exterior doors, and they fitted these. Absolutely beautiful looking. Yow locks on here. We wanted these yow handles and yow locks right the way throughout. But the problem is that after a few days, if you look there, that's flush. But then as you come up towards the top of the door, you see it starting to bow out there and then come down, and it's bowing out at the bottom here as well. Anyway, we called the architect back and said the door's not right, there's something not quite right there. And also this bit of movement wasn't there either. So he came and had a look and got in touch with the door manufacturers. Now what it is, he said he's fitted these doors on many, many places, but never in a position where they've got direct sunlight on them. And what's happened is, in the morning it's fine, the sun's around the other side of the building, but in the late afternoon, early evening, the sun sets over our back garden, and because of that direct sunlight on these doors, it bowed them. And the manufacturers have said, that's right, they're not fit for this kind of purpose. So hats off to the architect. He put his hands up straight away and said, I didn't realise that. The people we were buying the doors from didn't realise where we were going to be using them. So he said, not a problem, we'll source new doors made of different material and we'll try and get as close as we can. So we're still trying to get these doors throughout, but whether we'll get them or not, I don't know. But he's going to try and get them as close as possible because that's what we're going to be using throughout the house, hopefully. And up here on the balcony, you'll see exactly the same, the way the doors bowed out at the bottom there. Fine in the middle, and then coming back out again at the top. So we've got banana-shaped doors on these two exterior doors at the moment. Pook's mum called me and Pook round here a few days ago now, saying that the council workers were here, they were laying new drains. This is a little tiny soy that runs beside our house. And so what they were doing, Swaddy Cub? So what they were doing is laying these new drains. The old ones had collapsed, or there was a couple of bits that were open, just weren't right. So the reason I wanted to show you this is it absolutely amazed me, the fact that Pook's mum and all the neighbours came out. I mean, all of this land here, that's our land there, and then right at the back there, that belongs to Pook's sister. She's going to be building a house there. But they all showed up. The council workers wanted to speak to the residents here and ask them exactly what they wanted and the way they thought the best way to lay these drains, or where to lay these drains, the best places would be. And it just seems so strange to me. You would never ever get that kind of thing happening where I come from. The council make their decisions, they come along, they fence everything off and they do the work. But here, the people, the residents actually get a say in what's going on. So what do you go? Yeah, the residents actually get a say in what's going on. So what they're going to be doing is they're running a new drain down this side. They've actually cut into the road here. They're going to be taking up this bit of road to put the new drain under there. And that's going to be running from Pook's sister's bit of land. And then a bit further down here, the drain's going to be running out from our garden, out from our bit of land for our waste, coming into that pipe that's coming down there, and that's going down to the main drain down the end of the road there that runs right the way along the end of that main soil. But then they're also going to build a new drain on this side as well. So they're putting a new drain in on both sides of the road, and that's going to serve these houses on this side of the road. And also, because the way the land is, it sort of like slopes over to the right side of the road here. And this place here, you'll see the way that their little driveway there slopes down a bit. If we get really heavy rain, this poor lady on the corner who's got the shop, the food shop here, gets flooded. The back of her house gets flooded. So this new drain they're putting in place should stop that happening. It should sort that problem out. Good to see the foreman's on the job again, keeping an eye on things. Where that guy's bending down there, the one with the orange shirt on, that's where the other drain's going to come from. That corner there, there's going to be a drain cover there, and then the concrete drain pipes are going to run down that right side of the road. So I'll leave it there. We're up to 25 minutes long in this video. I'll be back soon with another update on the house for you. Thanks very much for watching.